Hello, guys. Welcome back to that Cov Pod. Pleasure to have you with us. We are speaking after QPR 2, Coventry 1. John is over in America, so no video from him today if you're watching on YouTube, but he is here online and he'll give us his thoughts shortly. But Jig, I'll come to you first, mate. How was your day out at Loftus Road?
The Loftus Road bit was the worst part of the day out, to be honest. Yeah, it had a cracking day around London. It's always a good away day when you go in there. I like Loftus Road as an old school ground as well. It's one of the kind of like old school grounds remaining that you think, yeah, it's a cracking little ground. But on the pitch, I think that's the worst I've seen us potentially under Lampard since he's come in. There was just nothing. First half, I don't think we registered a shot at all. We were no way near. Rodoni had a header after a minute that he should have done better with. It went over the bar. I mean, when I say a shot, I mean on target. But yeah, just nothing at all. And then, oh God, we scored against the run of play. Thought Eccles was okay. He's about the only person that I'd say throughout the whole team was you could probably give him a little bit of credit because he took his goal very well. It was a superb header back across the goal. He couldn't have put it anywhere else, and it gave us a little bit to cheer about. But then, oh my life, it's like the basics of defending. You go 1-0 up, what do? You shut up shop at the back. You get numbers behind the ball. What do? Bomb on with our fullbacks, bomb on with our centre halves, leave massive holes everywhere again. It's getting so boring. It's every away game's the same. Every away game now, we keep the same formation. We're not changing anything. Why isn't Frank having a look? If every fan can see it and every fan's having a little whinge about it, what are Lampard and the management team seeing? You've got to change it. It's just the same. You're just repeating it game after game after game away from home, and we're awful. We're awful. We're shocking. We need three centre half. We need 5 at the back. Really, we've got to shut up shop away from home, go with 2 strikers, and just get back to basics of football because we're not doing the basics well enough at all. But yeah, sorry, I'm off on one already. It's a good job we didn't record this yesterday, because I took my headphones with me. I'd had a couple of beers and I was like, I'm ready to go in. But yeah, I'm glad I've had a night to sleep on it.
We've had a night to sleep on it. I'm not sure it's made any of us feel much better about the performance. I just thought, in particular, it was very noticeable, John. I mean, Kone, he's a good championship striker. He's a big lad. He puts himself about. I mean, wonderful finish for QPR's equaliser. But our centre backs just got run ragged by him all game. Even in the first half, he had a few chances, didn't he?
Well, they got bullied the other week, didn't they, at Norwich as well? It's a concern because I think that there's 2 key phrases here: complacency and a lack of plan B. I'm just confused as to what do you want? You're within touching distance. You can smell it, taste it, feel it. All you've got to do is outwork your opposition. You've got the quality to get over the line. There's a complacency that's set in. We called it out 7, 8 weeks ago on here, maybe longer, and people try and come for us. And now everyone's jumping on board. I've even seen people going, Frank's got to go, which is just ludicrous. But there are questions that need to be asked. What is going on in training? Because the levels have clearly dropped in training. There's no intensity on the pitch. The intensity starts on a Monday morning at Brighton throughout the week, and you take it onto the pitch. People just going through the motions. I've got loads of staff and tactical analysis sitting in the stands with laptops running around. What are you doing in debriefs post these games? Because it's the same obvious problems week in, week out. And if you've got 1 or 2 that are below par, you can get away with it. We've got 10, 8, 9. It's a massive, massive issue. Wait until the last minute to get people through the door. The problems for me are it's just obvious what the issues are and they're not getting addressed. And then whenever we make changes, it's like for like, and there's just nothing expansive or exciting. And
I think that's the main point,
gone.
isn't it? I think that's the main point, as the fact that we've alluded to, and I said last week, go and do something different at QPR. I know it's a small pitch, but play 3 centre backs, make it a horrible game. Pitch was awful, but both teams were playing on the same pitch and they played a bit more direct and dealt with it better than we did. The stat you pointed out to us, Jig, is now, let me count these up: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last 8 away games, 5 losses, 3 draws. And how many times have we taken the lead there? With Preston, Southampton, Charlton, Birmingham. I can't remember the games we've scored first here.
Birmingham.
But I think it was and QPR obviously, and Norwich. We scored first, didn't we?
Yeah, we didn't in Birmingham, but the rest of them I think we did.
We did
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's 5 out of those 8 we've scored first in and not won the game. That doesn't even scream like training issue or it's a very basic take the lead in an away game and manage the game correctly. We've been really good at the CBS this season, but in away games, it's like looking at a different team. We can't cope with a bit of pressure. And how many times do we have to hear the song now? I mean, we won't hear it for much longer. Top of the league, you're having a laugh. I'm sick of it. I'm so sick of it. That'll be the best thing about Borough going top. We don't have to hear that again.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I think you're right. And I think John kind of nailed it as well with everything we do is a like for like change. We're not changing formation. We're not trying anything different. If you're starting Sims, you bring Wright on. If you're starting Wright, you bring Sims on. They're the only changes that we're really making. That or you're swapping a winger over. They're the only changes. If it's not, if it's like you're just doing like for like and expecting different results. That's what I don't get. You've got to change the formation. You've got to. We can't handle a big man up front. Our 2 centre halves, like again, John just mentioned, their start of the season, you'd think they'll be fine with it. They're the big hard lads. They're the lads that everyone wants at the back for us. Them two are good. They're solid lads. What's happening now? What's happened? How are they getting bullied? They're getting that Kone. Yes, he's a handful, but he's come from Wickham, right? So he's not like he's not. I don't know. He's probably improved since then by joining QPR, but you should be able to deal with him.
It was it was the first half one, which it's not even his goal. It was the first half one where I think it was Bobby went to the ball.
Yeah,
it got bounced over him, and Kone had that header where he headed it, and Rushworth pulls out an unbelievable save.
Yeah.
But you watch that and you think, top of the league, lads, what's going on?
It's a long ball over that Thomas would normally eat up. He'd normally go through, bang him, striker, everything, boom. He gets a little nudge off Kone, and he loses out on the header, causes a bit of chaos in the box, and yeah, he's unlucky with that header, Kone, and it's a great save, like you say. But earlier on in the season, he's smashing through everything there and winning the header. I don't know what's happened. I don't know if something's going on behind the scenes, but it's not like they're playing as a team or buzzing to be playing anymore. And that might be because of the results. I don't know, but something seems to have changed.
Yeah, I agree with that. John, on the back 4, we come back to this, but Joel Attabodier got dropped after playing in 2 wins. He's not been seen since, and we've lost 2 in a row away games. There's a guy who asks the same question every week. I'm going to throw in a listener question already. He says, is Joel Attabodier actually our best centre-back? We seem a better team or a more competitive team when he's playing. Is that fair?
I don't know what's happened. I'm just astonished by it. I mean, Jiggs pointed it out already. I could protect the centre-halves in some sense because there was an urgency, there was an aggression. Yesterday, what you saw was just people just going through the motions. There was no urgency to get back in. People just jogging back into position. You go 1 up, you kind of, right, okay, I actually tweeted in game, I went, right, get hold of the game now. You've got a lead to protect. It's not about sitting in, it's just about being sensible. And once again, what we do, gambling people forward. Kitch doesn't deal with the header properly, it goes back into the middle of the park. Your fullback's 40 yards up the pitch, where he shouldn't be. Ball goes in behind. Thomas kind of trots across with Kone. Geezer's pretty average striker, mate. He's doing a little Cruyff turn finish into the far corner. You're not even really, you're tight enough, but you've got to do better there. But it was just a lack of aggression across the back. And I've protected them because I've said that there's been nothing in the middle of the park. There's nothing in the middle of the park. Let's get that straight. Fullback's bombing on when you 1 up, what you do in both sides. And there's no protection for the centre-halves. But if the centre-halves are not doing themselves a favour by looking like they want to get out of 3rd gear, that's a big problem. And it was from the off yesterday
as well, John.
Positioning's dreadful.
Kitch for that equaliser.
Lack of aggression.
Doesn't get close to them. Jada Silva's in the number 10 position. Jack Rodoni's at left back.
This is what I mean. Like the basics of football, the basics of defence. If you go 1-0 up, you go tight. You think, right, we'll defend this lead for a while now. I think it was 13 minutes after they've scored that goal, and half of our defence are ahead of their midfield. You're thinking, what's going on? Just
At
do
the
the
very least,
basics.
Jig,
You're there to defend. You're a defender. You're there to protect the goal. We don't want you bombing halfway up the pitch trying stuff. Not when we're winning.
At the very least, just tuck your fullbacks in and don't play a flat back four for a bit. You don't need to go chasing another goal. Why are we trying to tear them apart by putting our left back in
we've not tore anyone apart for a long time, lads. And I say it all the time. If things don't stick up the top end of the pitch, or we're not in the ascendancy, the ball's going to keep coming back. If the ball keeps coming back and you're weak at the back because there's no protection, and your centre halves are having a massive wobble, your fullbacks are like 20 yards too far up the pitch, you're going to get bullied and you're going to concede goals. It's happening time and time and time again. It has been for weeks. What is the analysis department doing post games, and why are we not dealing with it? It's basic stuff. And you've got a problem now where he needs to drop so many of them. You're basically changing half the side minimum. Is there enough there? I don't know. But if you told me Wolf and Lattit starting the next game, not a problem. But is it the centre halves that are also the main issue? I think they're getting not scapegoated because they deserve some abuse today, but it's across the pitch. I didn't think Mason Clark fancied it. I thought Tats kind of got involved. Rodoni showed a couple of glimpses early doors, and then obviously got the assist, but nowhere near enough out of him. Josh did all right. Sims, nothing. Did he get any service? Not really. I can hardly remember a shot on goal. I don't know, lads.
Can we talk about the elephant in the room, John, the man you haven't mentioned?
Yeah,
Matt Grimes.
Shocking.
3 out of 10 display, 4 out of 10.
Shocking. But again, I'll say about him.
The very basics of football. Why is he taking corners?
I don't know, mate.
And how bad are his corners as well? His corners are terrible. I don't know why he's still on them.
Jack Rodoni, we've scored so many of his corners. He's really good at delivering the ball in. And Grimes is either floated to the back post, or he had one late, didn't he, where it was just hit the first man.
Hit the first man, yeah. Right towards the end of the game, I thought, yeah.
That is like, we talk about what are they analysing there. I'm just like, how has that not been changed? How have you seen us score? Someone will find the stats for us scoring. We probably scored 8, 9, 10 corners last season when Rodoni was taking them. I know we were near the top of the charts for set piece goals. I'd be very interested to see how many we've scored with Grimes taking them in the comparison there. Because it can't be as many. I don't get that.
No.
And I thought his open play positioning was poor again. I thought.
Yeah, we've kind of lost any threat though, even from corners and stuff, haven't we? Like we used to say, Thomas good in both boxes. I think it was QPR at home last year when he scored 92nd, 93rd minute to win it for us. I thought. Well, I suppose if you're not getting deliveries, then you can't get on the end of it, can you? So yeah, that might not be his fault.
It's like we're all looking around for someone to get hold of it. And it's not that mate. We've been good because we were really, really fit. We were a team, and everyone was at it. Everyone was chasing, pressing. None of it's there anymore, and everyone's just looking around at each other, going through the motions. Who's going to get us out of trouble? It's just embarrassing, mate. I mean, they're a poor side, QPR. They're not a good side, and we're making average sides look very, very good. And Grimes, I mean, I feel bad really because I think he's absolutely ran the show for us probably 90% of the season. Last 3 games, he looks exhausted. He looks absolutely miles off it. The set piece thing, Simon, you've been flagging that for absolutely weeks. Listen, I just don't understand what they're watching. And I think that this transfer window has been bizarre, to say the least. Bringing in a right winger that we didn't need, that is a future salon player. I don't know what the purpose of that is, but he weren't even in the squad yesterday. We've got the lad coming in from Brentford who looks like an enforcer. Why is that not over the line already? It is. He going to be? It is.
Yeah, just Great. We're recording this at Sunday afternoon, by the way.
I know, but I've only just woken up, so I'm just like, how long is it going to take? How long is it going to take to him to get up and running? He's got to get to know everyone. I tell you, they're lucky they've got. Not lucky. I mean, I'm dismissing Oxford already, but it's not a massive game on the fixture list. They've got to get back to basics, and they've got to get back to playing as a team. And there needs to be something dramatic happen behind the scenes because, 4 or 5 have got to come out of that squad and have a sit on the bench and a long hard think about themselves. But they've got to change things. We need a real rest behind the scenes because there's not been a fallout behind the scenes or anything. We're playing like a side where something catastrophic has gone on behind the scenes. Nothing's gone on behind the scenes. So
But
what's going on? Just a lack of effort.
I
this
think we
isn't.
lack leaders as well, don't we? But
Yeah, we said it for ages, though, Jim.
yeah,
We
yeah,
need
yeah.
leaders. We need experience.
Someone who's going to grab the
We
game.
need a centre half. We spent 4 million on the Wolf. We've not really fed him in, played him, and when he has played, he's looked not great. You know, you bought a winger in. What do I need another winger for when you bought two in? I need a left back. I need an enforcer in the middle of the park. You know, why didn't we go top again yesterday? I just don't get it, mate. It's frustrating. And, you know, once again, we said it when we were Coventry at top of the league. No one's ever blown it from this position. Enter Coventry City. We've said it time and time again, the muscle memory kicking in. I'm like, lads, I said it, God, 6-7 weeks ago about Frank. If he blows it from this position, he's done a year of unbelievable work. And he could be in tatters. And I feel like it's getting to him. He looks a bit lost. I mean, he doesn't like losing. That's fine. But address it then. Address the situation. You've got to try something different behind the scenes because whatever's going on there, this is a wobble, but it is a big, big wobble because the performances are that of a relegated side.
Yeah, and I think, it'll be a disaster for the fans and for the team if we don't go automatically. But I think it'll really impact Lampard a lot more in his managerial career.
I agree with that. I just want to go back to the form because I was looking back at how long we've actually not been very good for. So last 5 games, we've got 6 points, which ranks us as the 15th best team in the league. Okay, we know we've lost back-to-back games. That's probably fair. Last 10 games, we rank as the 13th best team in the league. That's 14 points from 10 games, which is just below level on points with Sheffield United and Birmingham in that time. In the last 15 games, so that's half the season we've just played because we played 30 games. We got 24 points, which ranks us as the 10th best team in the league. So if you take out the first 15 games of the season, which I know is a big portion of the season, but that's the first third, with the 10th best team in the league, and we're gradually getting worse. When we've been pointing out these problems for 2 months, it's not that we wanted things to be poor and go wrong. Absolutely the opposite. It's just the fact that it's been quite obvious for some time that we've not been playing like a top of the league team. We've been playing like a mid-table team for 2 or 3 months now. That's the reality of it.
Yeah, I think we had that good start to the season, didn't we? The 10 wins in 11. But we had the same team that got us to the playoffs last year. So we had the base of that 11 that Lampard already knew, already had them firing. We've come straight into that season. I think by the second game, we'd figured out our best formation, our best 11. And then that winning run was with that 11, really. You've done that, and then other teams that were still figuring out their best 11 and still getting up to fitness because we were fit at the start as well. So I think we came in to the season firing, and everyone else has just gradually caught us up. Everyone else has figured out their teams. Everyone else has got their fitness. Everyone else has made a few signings here and there, and I think we've just been caught up.
Do you think? Why do you think? Obviously, we're not going to score 50 goals and average 3 goals a game every single game. That was a ridiculous start to the season. But why have the goals and the ideas in an attacking sense dried up? We can talk about defending, but when I'm watching a game now, it feels like we're not as confident or exciting in the final third. I don't know what's going on, even with some decent attacking players up there.
We're not really creating anything, are we? We had a couple of good crosses yesterday. One we scored from, and one Radoni probably should have scored from right about a minute into the game. Other than that, I can't really remember any passage of play that's been good football to create a shot, to create a shooting opportunity. I can't really remember anything at all from it. I know we didn't have a shot. Mate. 2 shots on target. One of them would have been the goal, and then I think one was about 90 minutes that rolled to the keeper's hands.
Yeah, XG of 0.59, and I know you love your XG. 63% possession. It was just
lackluster, wasn't it? It was just poor.
Yeah.
But if teams figured us out, though, if teams figured out our formation, we don't change it. We play the same way, home or away. A team's thinking, well, we know that their fullback's bomb on. We know that the centre half likes to drive forward with the ball. We know that Grimes sits deep, and we know that the other 2 midfielders sit on the forwards' toes. So there's a massive space in the middle of the park. Let's expose it.
I'll throw in another angle to this, John. I'll come to you. why is there a disparity in such great quantity between our home form and our away form? We are the best team in the league at home. We've only lost once. And still, when we play Oxford at home on Saturday, I'd expect us to win. I'd expect us to play that formation. I'd expect us to dominate. And I expect us to create chances. When we go away, we can't hack it.
Just a bit of pressure in it. I think people come to the CBS. It's a bit of a fortress now, big turnout. Everyone's expectant. We get behind the side. I think away from home, which is not. I don't know. It's a psychological thing. I don't know, but I just think when the pressure's on at the minute, and the crowd, a home crowd, get up against us, and people can sense blood. And then when you actually look around, I've played in these games where you look around and it's just massive gaps, and you're thinking, Christ, I'm having a field day here. So you were kind of tentative at first because you were playing top of the league, and then you're looking around going, these are nothing. These are absolutely nothing. They're a poor side. They're wide open. I'm going to have a field day here. Let's go for the kill. The crowd get up, and Cov, for whatever reason, don't change. They keep doing the same thing, keep bombing on. And you're just looking at them thinking, are you all right? It's like a boxer just walking into the same punch over and over again and not going back to his corner, nothing's being said, going back in the ring and getting flattened. It's basic stuff. And if you're playing against that and your home crowd's behind you and getting up because they can sense it, we're folded. Got no character. Don't know what's happened. I've never seen a fall off like it. But it's not overnight. This has been going on for way too long. And that's where my questions are. Post-game, every game and in the week, what are you watching? What are you saying? And what are you working on? And where has the energy gone? And if people are knackered, give them 3 days off. I don't care. You've got to do something different. This idea that you're going into work, that grind, 9 to 5, going through the motions, got to change it. It needs a jolt, and it needs a jolt now.
We called them mentality monsters. Remember that earlier in the season?
Gone.
And I'm just going back to that last away win. Last away win is still Borough away, 25th of November, 2 months ago now and counting. And that just feels like a lifetime ago, absolute lifetime ago. And since then, beat Charlton home, and we've just been won a couple of home games. I thought we'd done really well to win the home games against Leicester and Millwall. Thought they were really important wins, but back-to-back 2-1 defeats when you've been 1-0 up away from home is just, it's really frustrating. And Jiggy, you all right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know what else I can really say about it. It is frustrating. Even that Middlesbrough game, if you think back at 2-2, that is it Conway for them?
Yeah, should have
missed
scored
that chance from under the bar, and then we went up the other end and scored. But because it was 4-2, it kind of flattered us a bit. But that was a 50-50 game. That could have went either way as well. But yeah,
It was the mentality. That's what I mean.
None of these are 50-50. Yeah. But we haven't got that now. These aren't 50-50 games. We don't deserve to be winning against QPR. They were better than us. We don't deserve to be beating Norwich. They were better than us. We're not even competing. That's the frustrating thing.
Yeah.
Well, we weren't winning second balls again either, which is frustrating as well. Their second
Do you know who
goal
was? Sorry to jump in. Eccles, after he scored, he had 5 minutes where he was winning everything, and we were properly on top. And I thought, he's full of confidence right now, and he kept sweeping up everything. And then after that, it just slipped away again. Once they scored, heads went.
Yeah, so I said at the start of this one, he's about the only person that could come out with any credit, really. Yeah, I felt like he's came in and he's done okay, but we kind of knew that we needed him in there, didn't we? We were saying it, that we didn't have the legs in there, and he offered a little bit of legs in there. He did okay. Josh did, yeah. But yeah, other than that, second balls, their second goal parried out by Rushworth. No one anywhere near it, forced to their lad, and then bang, goal. You think, why aren't we on the second balls?
Probably the first mistake Rushworth's made as well, if you want to be critical of him. In months and months and months.
But that's where he needs some help, right? Because he's been helping out our defenders. He's been helping out our team. If he's parried one out, you got to help him back. You got to be there.
Yeah. Should we talk about a positive? I think we've already mentioned it, but Onyeka looks like he's signed. It's been announced by Fabrizio Romano, even though it's not been announced by the club yet as we record. Loan deal, obligation to buy if we get promoted this summer. How are we feeling about that one, boys? We definitely needed a midfielder, energetic, wins the ball back. Not great on the ball, according to Brentford fans, but maybe we don't need that.
Do you want to go, John?
Mate, we need a different face in the middle of the park.
Yeah.
We need someone who's going to do something different, something that's not a muscle memory thing. It's like, someone who just changes it, switches a pass out, doesn't do the same thing over and over again. It's someone hard in a tackle, shouts at someone, looks impressive, dominating, scary. You know what I mean? That's what we need. We need an enforcer. And we need someone who's going to bully people a little bit and raise the standards in training, new faces, new voices. Crucial. I mean, I've looked at some of the Brentford comments. Not great about his ability. I'll say that to say the least. But
I think
some of the comments are shocking. But listen, we need somebody like that in the middle of the park. I don't care. We just need it. We need a monster in there.
You can look at it positively or negatively, whichever mood you're in. I think he's a Nigerian international who looked really good at AFCON. He's quick. He's strong. He can go past players if he needs to. His passing might not be great, but that's why Grimes is on the pitch. Just give him the ball. If he can just win the ball back and give it to Grimes and provide a bit of solidity in the middle, it's just what we're crying out for. Premier League experience, Nigerian international. I don't think we could sign someone with better caliber, to be honest, right now in the position we're in. Jig, it's a bit frustrating how long it's taken. Maybe the result on Saturday pushed him over the edge. Chucked a bit more money his way. But ultimately, we just need to get it done.
Yeah, there was a clip of Doug King was there, and then a little video of him went up after at the end of the game, and he didn't look very happy at all. So he must have been thinking, right, get this lad in. Yeah, but he's done it. It's what we've all been asking for. I don't think we're going to go out and sign a new left back. I don't think we're going to go out and sign a new centre half because we've spent money on them positions already. I think that will be it. I think we've got what we've got now. The winger was a random addition. I don't know where that's come from. Maybe it's because we've got two wingers on loan. So at the end of the season, when they go back, we need more cover on our wings. I don't know.
But what in the Championship? That's no good to us, is it? I need some more cover next season in the Championship because I didn't go and get the players that I need now to get us out of the Championship.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
Yeah.
And I think you've got to ask a question. There's too many luxuries in that side. So all of a sudden, you've got to look at what's in the midfield. Grimes, you've got to start because that's kind of the way that you play, but you need to move him up the pitch slightly. He needs somebody next to him that's going to lift him, boost him, and take some of the workload off him. That's Onyeki or whatever his bloody name is. Then the third midfielder, I don't care about having that 8-10 now. Get three in the middle of the park that they're going to get hold of the game. Stop gambling. You just put it on your two wingers and you forward. Right, you lot have got to do lifting. Get hold of the ball, get at your fullbacks, get the ball in the box. Stay in games. We're winning games recently because of what we're bringing off the bench. Make the right changes at the right time. If you've got firepower, I think all these players are going to be better coming off the bench. Rudy, your essay, all these players. Go on, then you've got 30 minutes going to change the game.
It was weird,
full battery.
I completely agree with you, and I think the answer might be taught in midfield.
Yeah, I agree.
Grimes and Onyeka. Why didn't he come on yesterday?
Don't know. Really weird. I mean, he was shocking the game before, but for him not to come on for 20 minutes, bizarre.
7 goals this season, is it? Few assists, good set piece taker. I mean, if you're doing like-for-like changes, take Eccles off and put Torp on for 10 minutes. I don't know. I didn't get that one. Do you reckon that might be the answer then? Maybe drop a number 10 and go for that trio in midfield, Jig? What do you reckon?
I think so. I think you've got to go back to basics. I don't think we've got a number 10. And I think people think Rodoni was the O'Hare replacement. He wasn't. He wasn't a 10 at Huddersfield. He drifts that far out to the wings every game. He likes getting a cross in. He's more of an 8 than a 10. And so trying to play with a 10 when you haven't got one is very difficult. So I think don't do it.
And BTA screwed us over, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's been I
don't think he's a 10 either. I don't think BTA is a 10. I think he's either a striker and then cover for the wing.
He's been a 5 out of 10 for weeks, though, Rudy, isn't he? That's the problem.
Yeah,
and there's too many of that. There's too many below par. What you've got to do is you've got to say to the fullbacks, stop gambling 2 out of 3 times. Start gambling once out of 3 times. Sit in. Just remember you are defence first at the minute. That's what this mindset needs to change. Let the wingers do more of the work. Get the ball to the wingers. Middle of the park, hold the line. Get hold of the game. Hit people. Strangle the game in the middle of the park. It's a game of chess. We'll win these games if we stay in games. If with the bench that we've got, in the last 25, 30 minutes, make the changes, go and win the game. This gung-ho mentality and then panic changes that are like for like is not working. And it's all in the middle of the park. You've got to protect the defence because they can't seem to defend at the minute.
I don't understand your points are bang on there, John, but we've gone 1-0 up again. And I thought this was quite a stodgy display, but at least we were kind of in the game. Nicked a good goal, great cross, good header. My issue is the position from there. Like we came back to the start of the show. Jay, way up the pitch. Kitchen running forward. Milan gambling again. And it's 1-0. It's almost like we were playing like that if it was 5 minutes to go and we were 1-0 down. We don't change. We don't manage the game. We don't time waste. And the long throws still aren't working as well while I'm moaning.
No, they're not, mate. But here's a question for you, for both of you. And Jig, you were there. You know, I was watching it on some weird link, and Si, you were probably watching it like I was. How many times did we get the ball in the middle of the park? How many times did you see it either go into the forward, him hold the ball up, feed out to a winger, or feed back to a midfielder? That's the first question. The second question is, how many times did you see anyone get it in the middle of the park on the half turn and turn the side round?
Question one. Every time the ball was played up to Sims, it was bouncing off his shins. There was no hold up. There was no bringing midfielders into play. We struggled with that badly. I don't know. I mean, people moaning about the pitch, but the pitch was the same for them. It's not going to be like the CBS every week. You go into these away old grounds. You got to adapt.
On the striker comment, before we move on to the next one, I was surprised to see Sims start and Wright dropped. We were complaining about the Norwich game.
Yeah.
And we said, well, Hadji Wright actually did all right. You know, he was putting himself about. He held the ball up well. He linked the team quite nicely. I don't know what it tells him. What does it tell Hadji Wright when he actually puts in a decent performance? He's scored a couple of home goals. He's got a couple of match winners. We're thinking, we've liked what we've seen of him recently. And then you go, oh, no, we're going to start Sims now.
Yeah, he'd done the same 2 Sims, though, didn't he?
I know.
Sims player of the month, goal of the month, dropped. And then Hadji Wright's back, and we've actually given him a bit of praise the last few games because we know that John likes jumping on him. But then he's dropped, and you think that can't do them any good. That can't do their confidence any good.
Well, it's been the same for both of them, isn't it? You know.
Yeah.
But again, you know, let's get back to point 2. You know, somebody taking it on the half term. It didn't really happen, right? So if you've got no one holding the ball up front, no one taking it on the half turn, there's 2 problems there. It's going to keep coming back. If you can't defend, you're going to concede. Right? It's basic. The second thing is, if there's no one doing it there, then you've got to kind of give. I mean, as bad as Grimes was yesterday, it's like he's coming and getting it off the centre half. He's trying to look for something in there. There's nothing there. So it goes forward, comes back, goes wide to the centre half, goes back to him. Then he'll either try and drive out, play it into a forward. It's going to bounce back. It's going to come back again. Goes wide to the wide players. We said about QPR's ground being tight. It's going to come back. So what does he do? So all of a sudden, we're just passing it around the back for ages, and then we just try and gamble. Then we get caught out. And that's the big problem. Again, it's that pivot role in the middle of the park, and the fact the ball don't stick up top. It's at the other side of the problem. So as bad as we are at the back, if the ball's not the other end of the pitch, or we're not creating or getting on the front foot, it's just going to keep coming back and back and back. And it's the law of averages there. You're going to concede goals. It's basic stuff. You know, we should probably talk about their penalty shout as well. I know everyone's saying no penalty, but you've got to remember there's no VAR there, is there? So in game, I looked at that and thought, I think it kind of summing up our performances that moment in particular. It was so lethargic and tired and lazy, the challenge for Grimes, that it allowed that to happen. It allowed us to put ourselves in position where we could give away a really cheap, poor penalty. And that could have gone either way, that. I don't think it was a penalty looking at it back, but it could have been easily given. And that's how lazy and lethargic we are.
I'm the opposite way around. I didn't think it was when I was there in game and we gave him some grief for diving. But then when I've watched it back, it's a lazy leg that he sticks out and he goes
lazy, Jig, is the key word. We look knackered. And that's a mindset thing. There's jelly in people's legs. They're under pressure. They're feeling it. And it's going into their legs.
We're talking about Grimes again. And I agree with you, John. I thought there's contact for that penalty. I could see it being given. And then looking back, Grimes actually doesn't make a challenge. It's not a penalty, but it could well have been given. But the issue is we're hamstrung by the fact we don't sub Grimes at any point. I
Yeah.
understand he's very
Well,
influential. He's captain. He takes set
yeah.
pieces. He's key to our play. But if he's not playing well, you are allowed to take him off. And and another thing with Grimes is that he only missed 4 Swansea games in the last 4 seasons he was there. It's what we all talked about when he came in and Sheaf left. We were like, well, at least he's going to be available every game. But if his standards are dropping, you are allowed to take him out of the team.
Well, we might have that chance now with Onyeka if he's there. So it might be something, because it's difficult. You could put Jamie Allen in there, couldn't you? He gives you good legs, good energy in there. But yeah, I think Onyeka's going to be filling that gap and letting him have a rest.
You
You in the bath, John?
John, what's going on?
Just, hey, lads, I'm absolutely hanging after last night. So I've just poured myself. What time is it here for me? It's 8:30 a.m. I've just poured myself. I can get until 3. Just having one of the. I'm going to give them a plug. I'm having an optimized hydration sachet because I am on my arse here. So that's what I was doing. Apologies. I thought I was on mute. I was listening.
Where were you last night, John?
I couldn't possibly say, mate. I went to like this pre-Grammys party in Beverly Hills, where Beverly Hills Hotel, where Hadji Wright got married. So yeah, just paying my dues to Hadji.
Oh,
nice.
Very nice event it was too. Barack Obama was there. Pretty mad.
Was he?
Oh wow.
Wow. Robin
Stevie
Schultz
Wonder.
just-
Stevie Wonder. You know, they all queuing up to speak to me about the Cov Pod. Beautiful night.
Does he want to come on, old Barack Obama?
I think he's seen enough already, lads.
Right, any final thoughts on the game? And then we'll do some
Yeah,
questions.
just on that, just one thing I noticed on that Grimes penalty shout. It was Thomas that was tracking him, and as the lads come back in, it was Grimes there. Where was MVE? This is another thing where I'm like, where are our fullbacks?
He's
After the first goal, the Silva
Yeah.
was nowhere near. For that, MVE was nowhere near. He's running over to the other side of the pitch to take these long throw-ins, and then no one's backfilling his spot. just basics again.
It's the jogging. It's the jogging for me, though, lads. Out of possession, Milan, Bob, all of them just jogging
not
about.
tracking. No,
There's no urgency. No urgency. It's really worrying.
I'm hoping for a very energetic second half to this podcast from John Dawkins. Now he's got the Energizer sachet down him.
Optimise. Get your optimise.
Oh, right. Let's do some listener questions. Thanks for sending them all in. Jim Bob asks one for you, Jig. What were that away stands like at the final whistle? Were they a bit hostile towards the team or okay?
A little bit hostile. They were. I mean, a lot were clapping them still. The players all come over. I didn't hang around for long, to be honest. I was just trying to get in the queue to get out of there. I thought I've had enough. It's kind of ruined my day on the on the session. But yeah. But it wasn't. It's starting to get a bit toxic. It is starting to get a little bit. You can hear, but there was a lot of people still clapping them and cheering them at the end, which I don't mind giving them a clap, but it'll be a, and then that'll do. Right.
Yeah.
Go in and regroup and sort this out.
Yeah. Danny, where's the 3-5-2 shores up? It's pretty glaring to see the shape is not working away from home, yet we are still persistent with it. Kind of what we said on the pod already. Do we think we will see a switch to a 3-5-2 at some point away from home if results don't improve, John?
It's the most basic move of all, isn't it?
Yeah,
that doesn't mean we'll do it.
No, but it's just such a basic thing. It's like, you're just being persistent and pig-headed. It's costing you. It's costing you points week in, week out, and performances are poor. So why would you not make catastrophic changes? Catastrophic is probably the wrong word, like big changes, So I'm at a point now where I don't really... Latty's been all right when he's come in. I don't massively rate him. I think he runs like a tin man. He's very stiff. And Wolves flattered to deceive, but they spent a lot of dough on him. If you told me them two were starting the next game, it wouldn't bother me. But I think there's too much emphasis on centre halves alone. I think it's across the pitch.
Yeah.
It starts from the front.
Yeah, I can see that. Mark says, now it's getting to the second half of the season. It's more about the battle to win. I agree with that. Was it a mistake to cash in on Ben Sheaf? Also, why can none of our summer signings that aren't loans get a game, in reference to Wolf and the like, and Kane Casaden, who we've barely seen all season? Start with Ben Sheaf, by the way, who's played 24 of the last 26 Wrexham games. So there's that fitness he never seemed to find at us.
Yeah, that was injuries.
Sorry, I can just hear John glugging away on the. If you can hear that, apologise. What are you making now? Whiskey and Coke?
Just trying to level up here, lads. After that game yesterday, and mate, shocking. I had a right little trot around trying to find it. Buzzing when I found it. Absolutely devastated at full time. Honestly.
Gee, go on, mate.
Sheaf was never going to sit and be second fiddle to anyone, and I think that was where the issue would lie. You'd have a lot of egos that you're trying to caress and please throughout the season. So I think at the time, you've 6.5 million, good deal for us, good deal for Wrexham. I wouldn't have envisaged it'd have played 24 out of the 26 games, to be honest, but he has, because he was not letting us down, but he was getting injured for us quite a lot, wasn't he? So he was in and out quite a lot. So
a lot off the bench there early doors as well. And listen, like anything, hindsight's a beautiful thing. Is he the right fit for what we need now? Yeah, sure. But no one was really moaning that much when he went out the door. I think everyone thought it might be the right time.
No, not for the money either. I think everyone said that's a good deal.
Yeah. What was the second question there? Why can't our summer signings that aren't loans just get a game? Is that because we've been winning so many games and the team is settled and Frank now has his preferred 11, or is it a case that we haven't signed well enough?
I think he's got his preferred 11. I think he trusts them because they got him so far and have done so well for him so far. But how long can that stay without bringing the Wolf in? Or, I mean, Kesler Hayden, we say it every week that, I mean, Jay sometimes is amazing, looks great, but he's out of position a lot at the minute. He's not doing his defensive duties well enough. So maybe swap him for Kesler Hayden in a back five and have him as a wing back.
Yeah, potentially we will see that at some point.
I mean, the signings just haven't hit the ground running, have they?
No, but they haven't had a run of games either, have they?
No, I say that all the time.
Yeah, they'll come in for a game and they don't look amazing, and everyone's like, "Well, he looked rubbish for 4 million, or he looked rubbish for 3.5 million." You're like, "Well, I think everyone needs time to bed in. You need a few games."
But I also think now, 30 games into a championship season in a title promotion running isn't the time where you want to be chopping and changing.
But you don't want to keep losing. Yeah. If we go out with that same 11 again on our next away game, and then you end up with the same result, everyone will just say the same thing that we're saying again and again and again, week after week. We've been saying it for the last couple of months now. Why isn't he changing it? So I don't mind if he tries something, if he gambles with 5-3-2 and has wing backs in there. I don't mind that if he gambles and it doesn't pay off, because at least he's tried it. If he goes with the same 11 and we lose again, you're just banging your head against a brick wall.
Mm-hmm. I don't even think it'll be a 5-3-2 actually, because we've got 95,000 wingers. I think it'll be a 5-2-3 up front and get the wingers in, play one striker still. But even that would help us out a little bit. Aidan, too many egos and ideas of grandeur. Bobby Kitch, not the answer. Genuinely, we have not invested correctly in our backline for a very long time. For me, we'll be lucky to finish in the autos. I hope I'm wrong. Do we do a Blades capitulation like last season? Is it over? It's definitely not over. We're still top. I think this is a good time to say we have, as a fan base, you and this podcast, actually, we have a choice, really. Like, we obviously talk about all the problems we have, but do we just hammer the players relentlessly and criticise them when they give the ball away? If we're 1-0 down against Oxford, how do we react? Do we criticise them? Do we boo? Do we get on their backs, which isn't going to be helpful at all? Or do we actually give them a bit more space and time and try and take the pressure off a bit? I think this group of players might actually respond better. We're not going to win the league. I'm pretty sure we're not going to win the league now, whatever. But I think this group of players might respond better to us not being top, in terms of, we'll see, hopefully the pressure will be off a bit. We've got Oxford at home and then we've got Middlesbrough at home. Obviously, that is a massive, massive game. But we might be better as the chasers if that is what happens. We might be better. We're definitely better at home. Our home form's exceptional. So how do we want to react now to this sticky patch of form? Yeah, we were 13 points clear at the top of the league and we're not anymore. But what do we actually want to do now for the last 16 games of the season? And what will help the team get promoted?
Well, the answer to that, Si, is you have to look at it like this. Take all the emotion out of it and what's gone on in the last 6 weeks and say, right, at the end of January, going into February, Cov will be top of the league.
Mm-hmm.
you can see it in the distance. Forget what's gone on. It's a reset. Frank should get them lads now and go, right, lads, you've got 3 days off. Get in Thursday, Friday, and we go again Saturday. I'd do that. Something absolutely radical. And Frank should probably go and sit on the top of Snowdon, get a completely different headspace, and have a good think about it on his own, because he's got to do something different now. And I think then they get back in, and as fan base, we need to roar them over the line. We've got to drag them through. Something's got to change, and in one game, something will happen, and then bang, we'll be back. Because at the minute, it's just same thing over and over again, and it's painful. And it will just be something, some little spark or moment or a tackle, the crowd get up, and then everything will click and we'll be back. But we've got to play our part. I said it a couple of games ago, you could feel it coming off the stands. Players can feel that energy. It's on us now. We can play a big part in this to get them over the line. And then 90 minutes down at the CBS or away from home, we've just got to pull them through because they need us badly at the minute. Badly.
I said this a couple of weeks ago, but winning all our home games will take us very close. It takes us to 85 points if we win all our home games. I know it's a big ass line to go, but if there he goes again, making drinks. If we win all our home games, we'll get very, very close. If we beat Oxford and then we go and beat Middlesbrough, we'll be high as a kite. We'll have knocked them off their perch. We'll be back on course for the title. That's only 2 wins. It's only 2 games at home. I'm not sure we can beat Middlesbrough right now, but if we beat Oxford and we have a bit of momentum going into it, then yeah, of course we can. I think we should maybe move on to the Oxford game on Saturday. What is helpful for us actually is that Oxford have an away game on Tuesday night to make up one of their missed fixtures at Sheffield United. So we're going to have more rest than them. They're near the bottom of the league. They've got a new manager in Matt Bloomfield, who lost his first game. He's done a pretty good job. Lost his first game at home to Birmingham this weekend, lost 2-0. But we are a superior team to Oxford. We should be beating them at home. We need to have a bit of arrogance about us. Jiggy, are you nervous? How are you feeling about this one?
I mean, I think we should beat them. We should beat them, but yeah, I'm a bit nervous at the minute of how we're playing. We look a bit leggy. We look a bit lethargic. We're not tracking runners. We look like we're lacking a bit of energy. So I don't think letting them have a few days off to recover and regroup and go again is a bad idea, to be honest. But yeah, we've got to be beating Oxford. They've got that. Is it Goodraham? He's quite a good little player in the middle of the park, and then their winger as well. I can't remember his name.
Plahetzer, is it?
Yes. Yeah. He's good as well. So our fullbacks have got to be on it.
I hated the Oxford away game. Do you remember it back in August? 2-2.
Yeah.
Brannigan free kick. We dominated, and then was it
yeah.
Hadji or Sims hit the bar in the last second?
Oh, Hadji, yeah.
I hated that game.
Because we were 2-0 up.
I think you make a good point. Make a good point, though, Si. It's like, there's a couple of points, actually. The sports science always suggests more of a rest is a better performance. I'm not sure that works, by and large, certainly for us, if we look back across the season. The second point is you're going out against Oxford. I think there's only a couple of teams that Cov could go out and look at 11 against 11 and think, are we better than these on paper? Pretty much most the league we're better than on paper. Right? I think we can all agree that, bar probably 2 sides if they're all fully at it. So then it's just a question of, right, we just got to go out there and outwork sides. And that's the worry for me at the minute. We are not outworking people. We are very, very lazy out of possession.
Yeah, it's all about work. Good news for you, Jig. Goodrum's injured at the minute, so probably won't play.
Good.
Good.
But then again, I think QPR had 7 out injured, didn't they, yesterday?
Yeah, and then Dembele went off in the first 20 minutes anyway, and we still lost. So
yeah. Because that is it. Elias Chair, he was out, and I thought, good, because he always scores against us for them. He's a good player. Yeah, so I was quite happy when he was out, but it didn't work out well still.
Yeah, the QPR fans got a little annoyed when I said they're not a good team and we haven't done anything to show we're better than them. But it wasn't an insult to QPR. It was saying that we were really bad.
Yeah,
because we were.
It's the truth. Sorry.
Yeah, because we were. They're not great. They're not great, and obviously they've got injuries. But whatever. Who had a score prediction? Did any of us predict QPR to win? Surely not.
No, we were all Cov wins.
There you go. That's what we get for being positive. Eh?
I was like, this will be the game we're back. Like Christ, we're worse than we ever were.
You haven't said you draw a line under it, John. That's your usual catchphrase, isn't it?
No, I've
We've
had
said
enough
that
now. I
about
ain't drawing
30
no
times.
lines. I've run out of crayons. Sick of it.
Right, let's do some score predictions before we finish then. Oxford at home, Saturday. I'll be there. I'll be at the CBS on Saturday. Rarity. I'm going to go for a 2-0 home win. Jig.
3-0. 3-0 home win. I think it's going to be a convincing performance and we'll bully them.
You don't sound very convinced.
No,
By your
I'm
convincing
trying to be positive after that yesterday. But yeah, I think we've got to really go out and put someone to the sword like we were at the start of the season. And I think Oxford could be that victim.
John, you're very good at these score predictions usually.
2-1, tight game. Crowd will play a part. Squeaky bum for a bit. But it could be a turning point. But something's got to happen behind the scenes this week.
2-1 to who?
Cov.
2-1 to who, Jeff?
I think there's been a red card. 2-1.
I think Hadji's in line for a goal. He should get back in the 11.
Yeah.
Onyeka debut goal?
No.
No.
I've watched his highlights and stuff. I'm not convinced he's a goal scorer.
Oh, dearie me. Right. Any final thoughts, boys?
Not really. We're still top. Just goal difference. 2 big home games coming up. Put Oxford to the sword. We always do well against Middlesbrough. We'll turn them over as well. Then we'll be back saying, I don't know what we're all worried about. That's it. We've got to be there. There or thereabouts. I'll take second. I don't want the playoffs. I really don't.
Hey,
I'm like,
this is a good way to finish, Jig. Where will Coventry finish this season? Put your neck on the line. How much confidence do we really have?
I'm sod the playoffs, man. Second.
John?
Second. But they've got to, it's a basic thing, stop relying on everyone else and Roy Keane. Do your job. Basic as it's as basic as that though at the minute. That's what it is. Everyone relying on each other else. You can get second place. It's there for you. Go and get it.
We can get back to basics. We've got to get back to basics. We've got to, our defence have got to think that's our goal. We've got to protect this. Don't worry about you bombing on. Don't worry about driving out with it and all this jazz. You're there to defend. Get back to your basics. Your midfield's there to be in the middle of the park, running the show. They're never there. Get back to your basics. Do your job. Roy Keane. Because Mick McCarthy, it can't go on like this, can it?
It can. Second would be nice, wouldn't it? But it'll be a very close run thing.
Listen, they can win the league. It's up to them. They've just got to get their finger out massively and take responsibility individually, not pointing fingers. You do your job and your performance is elite level for what you're doing. You mark your man, you get into position, you use the ball well, and you just put it out on the pitch for 90 minutes. We'll be fine. It's basic.
You go and beat Oxford and you go and beat Middlesbrough, and the picture in the championship table looks very, very different indeed. That isn't impossible. We've got a new signing, might maybe get someone else in before the window closes, looking unlikely, but it's not impossible. We can go and do this. We can get promoted this season. And like John said, if anyone had said Cov will be top on the 1st of February, even by goal difference, we'd have all absolutely taken that at the start of the season. Right. That's enough for today, lads. We'll see you next week. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Like and subscribe, all that good stuff. See you next time.